Clear to President Putin, it's the last thing I'll say, that if he moves on Ukraine, the economic consequences for his economy are going to be devastating. Devastating, number one. Number two, we will find it required that we'll have to send more American and NATO troops into the eastern flank, the B9, all those NATO countries where we have a sacred obligation to defend them against any attack by Russia. And number three, the impact of all of that on Russia and its attitude, the rest of the world's view of Russia, would change markedly. He'll pay a terrible price. And so it's, and we are going to continue to provide for, and we have and continue to provide for, the defense capacities for the Ukrainian people. Thank you so much.
For glory's sake, for vengeance sake. War!
The only war that's worse than one that's intended is one that's unintended. And what I'm concerned about is this could get out of hand, very easily get out of hand because of what you said, the borders of Ukraine and what Russia may or may not do. I am hoping that Vladimir Putin understands that he is short of a full-blown nuclear war. He's not in a very good position to dominate the world. And so I don't think he thinks that. But it is a concern. And that's why we have to be very careful about how we move forward and make it clear to him that there are prices to pay that could, in fact, cost his country an awful lot. But of course you have to be concerned when you have, nuclear power invaded. If he invades, it hasn't happened since World War II. This is the most consequential thing that's happened in the world in terms of war and peace.
Применение ядерного оружия может быть принято только в том случае, если наша система предупреждения ракетного нападения зафиксировала не только старт ракет, но и дала точный прогноз и траектории полетов, и время падения головных частей на территорию Российской Федерации. Это называется ответ на встречный удар. То есть, если кем-то принято решение уничтожить Россию, тогда у нас возникает законное право ответить. Да, для человечества это будет глобальная катастрофа. Для мира будет глобальная катастрофа. Но я все-таки как гражданин России и глава российского государства тогда хочу задаться вопросом, а зачем нам такой мир, если там не будет России?
Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone, blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. It's Akia Mahalaya coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. What's going to be edifying real quick. World War III updates. We're back on the World War III tip. As you know, the situation in Ukraine, which Ukraine is pretty much parts of Russia. But as you notice, man, America is threatening to send troops and NATO forces into the country or into the province of Ukraine due to their conflict with Russian interests. All right, while Biden is talking about putting sanctions on Russia, and the economy is going to suffer greatly, they're going to retaliate from that, man. Okay, because if you put sanctions on them, then they can easily just stop dealing with the dollar. Like I believe they said the Dow Jones fucking down about 970 something points today due to this conflict alone. So a war is in the air. They're going to war, okay? Whether it's now, a few months, or down the line, regardless, these two powers are going to clash because it's the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai that America and Russia go to war, okay? The Lord told you in Ezekiel 38 that the Most High was going to put hooks back into the jaws of the Russians, so they're going back into that primitive bear-like, that Soviet state, okay? Because in the And during the time of the Cold War, Russia was to be feared, man. All right. So now, hey, shit, looks like we're back with rumors of wars, man. You know, we just hope that this time marks the official declaration of war, because as we know, it won't become global or nuclear until the MOTB is passed, okay, which will obviously have something to do with the economy tanking. And you know, I'm sticking to that particular spiritual aspect, because that's the only how I can see them really going to war for real and dragging all these other nations, their allies, NATO, the EU, then you got the Eastern Bloc, etc., Libya, China, Russia, North Korea, all these other nations gets involved once this dollar collapses, because that's gonna spread that's gonna pretty much spread tensions and panic attacks throughout the whole global economies, man. So regardless, they're going to war, all right, and we're there. You know, so hey, we're gonna see what happens, because you know, like I said in an earlier video, conventional wars or proxy wars end up being conventional wars, which is boots on the grounds, tanks, B-2 bombers, F-50 jets, etc. But when they start shooting these high-powered weapons off, that's when you know that we getting ready to get up out of here, because the Lord has to take us off the earth, because shit, we wouldn't survive if we were left here. You know, like this war is gonna dead a great percentage of the population on earth. All right, and everybody that's not delivered from Babylon, if you're not of the elect and you don't die in these race wars or these skirmishes, the camps, the Jacob's trouble, then you definitely gonna die when the missiles hit. Okay, and a lot of you in Babylon are reserved to get those nuclear missiles, man, which is that's a devastating fate. I don't want no parts of that, being in a lake of fire, man. That's torture. All right, but we at them times, man, and hey, the scripture saying, Joel, sound the alarm in Zion, man, and this is what we're doing. We're warning you people to repent and get right, man, because now the Lord, he's getting ready to open up the gates of hell on this place, man, all right, and we ready to get it delivered. I want to be with Yahweh Shai. I want to rule with my brothers, man, you know. I'm tired of being sick, tired, you know. I'm tired of not having any power, not being able to make formal decisions to forward our nation without somebody's hand in it, man. Okay, I'm tired of these women out of order. I'm tired of Jake out of order. I'm tired of seeing the so-called white man in power over my people. All right, so real quick, this is the book of Revelation 11, and I'm gonna start at verses 13. It says, in that same hour there was a great earthquake, and a tenth part of the city fell. That's talking about World War III. All right, because when those missiles hit, the scriptures say the earth should rock to and fro like a drunkard. And it says, and a tenth part of the city fell, which that's talking about America, which is divided up into 10 FEMA regions. It says, and an earthquake was slain of men 7,000, which is a complete number of men. So the Most High have a set amount of you demons out there to be judged in this coming nuclear destruction. Okay, and you demons out there that always talked about, there ain't no such thing as ICBMs. All right, we gonna see. All right, we gonna see. And the guys that was talking that madness, they're not even out there teaching anymore. Okay, but anyway, it says, and the remnant were frightened. It gave glory to the Most High of heaven. All right, so it says the remnant were frightened. Okay, because the elect, man, you know, when we see those missiles coming, we gonna be like, oh shit, like damn. Scriptures say the righteous will scarcely be saved. You're gonna still have some brothers here in Babylon still on the soil while those missiles are hitting and being beamed up. Some brothers may even be in that fire, but beamed up, because the scriptures say nothing shall hurt thee, you know. But those ships, they gonna come and beam us up simultaneously, because if not, like I said, man, we would be destroyed out here, you know. So it's gonna get real scary, man. Very close. It's literally gonna be on some edge of your seat, breathtaking type IMAX type theater, you know. Brothers are gonna be like, oh shit, get delivered right when the missiles are hitting, like what the fuck, because they gonna hit simultaneously. It's like the scriptures refer to it as like rain coming down from heaven on how many missiles are gonna hit this place. ICBMs, Tomahawk missiles, you're gonna have all types of shit being shot at this damn society, man. And it's good, because look how wicked and vile it is. And you're gonna hear screams, torturous screams. Old, young, newborn babies are gonna get caught up in the destruction. Lord, is very terrible, man. It's nothing to be nothing to be played with. Okay, and it says that the second woe was past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly, man. That's talking about World War III. Okay, World War III, the third war comes quickly. And this is what we're talking about. Tensions in the news between Putin, like this guy Tucker says, we're moving closer to war, etc. Prime NATO, U.S. tensions with Russia, surging gun violence, Bitcoin. Man, look, this shit is getting ready to pop, man. 2022 can very well be the year that all hell breaks loose, man. And I know we say that all the time, but as we say, it's coming to pass, man. But I don't think we have a few more years here. That's just my opinion. I speak as a man, but just judging through the spirit, we ain't got that much longer left because this year's already bad. Let's just say if we make it out of this year, then what next year is going to bring? It's going to be even worse. Then the next year after that, it's going to be even worse. So, yeah, brothers, man, let's prepare spiritually to get up out of here. Pack your spiritual sleeping bags. We almost out of here. All right. Joel 2:1, it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain, and let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. And this is what they're talking about. Biden said this can be very devastating, okay? But they will use these things. Why? Because, hey, the Most High put it in their spirit to do it. Okay, this is the Most High's program. Brother takes Proverbs 21:1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Most High. And as rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will. So the Most High is going to turn the minds of these kings to battle in World War III, man. He's going to put it on their spirit to want to shoot missiles on each other, you know, because, hey, like I said, this is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's program. Like it tells you here, this is Revelation 16, and I'm going to start at verses, 12. It says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the waters thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east may be prepared. Who's the kings of the east? China, Russia, what do you call them? Syria. You got the fuck, man. I said Syria, China, North Korea, etc. It says the kings of the east may be prepared. Prepared for what? War. Okay. So that's what it is. Going down to verses 19, it says, and the great city was divided into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell. And the great Babylon came in remembrance before the Most High to give it to her the cup of the wine of the fears and of his wrath. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent, those missiles. And men blasphemed the Most High because of the plague of the hail, that the plague thereof was exceedingly great, you know. So at that time, people still not going to repent. They're still going to be proud and talking shit, you know. But anyway, too, it says a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. They have not been ever like the, neither should there be any more afterwards, even to the years of many generations, okay? Because it's not going to be any more world wars after this third and final world war. It says, and a fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth, and the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them is a desolate wilderness. Yea, nothing shall escape them. Verse 4, and the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so they shall run. And this is going into the missiles. Like the noise of the chariots on top of the mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. And before their faces, the people should be much pain, and all faces should gather blackness, right? Because, hey, these people are going to literally give up the spirit when they see these things hitting, because they never thought that Babylon, a.k.a. America, can get the fiery fate that's prophesied in the scriptures, because they live so lavishly, man. The average nigga out there ain't thinking about World War III in the news, man. He ain't thinking about that. He's thinking about he's trying to get his taxes and turn up, or what new Hellcat he going to get for tax season. He's not thinking about World War III or what can be the devastating impact that it's going to have on the people, on his people, the Israelites. Okay? And it says here, and they should run, it says, and they should run like mighty men, and they should climb the wall like men of war. Wall goes into their defense systems, because even America and scientists came out and stated that, look, your defensive strategies is light years behind other nations, man. You're putting all your money into these new military offensive strategies. What about your defense? But even then, if you put money into the defensive strategy, you're going to have all nations shooting missiles on America, man. Even NATO, even the EU, your own allies are going to shoot missiles on you, man. So that's going to be the part right there that's going to be shocking, because it's like, what the fuck? You know, even UK is talking about deploying troops out there to Ukraine because they're all allies. But somehow something is going to happen that America's allies are going to turn on them. And that's the beautiful thing about Bible prophecy, because the Most High is turning it the way he will. And it reads here, and it says, and they should march everyone on his ways, and they should not break their ranks. Neither should one thrust another, and they should walk upon everyone in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they should not be wounded. And they should run to and fro in the city, and they should run upon the wall, and they should climb up upon the houses, and they should enter in the windows like a thief, because, hey, you're going to wake up and you're just going to look up and see them coming. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, you're going to have the alarm siren, you're going to have the emergency podcast going off. But it's going to be like a normal day. People going to be living their lives and shit, and you're going to look up and all hell just going to break loose, you know? And it says, and the Lord, and it says, and the earth shall quake before them, and the heavens should tremble, and the sun of moon should be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining, and the Lord shall utter his voice before his army. For his camp is very great, for he is strong that executed his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can abide it, man? All right. So, hey, these are the times we in. World War III is screaming right now. Like I said, man, I don't think this is going to let up. Not like that. But I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashimi, Yahweh Shai Bashim Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of the great millstone, and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. And with that, shalom, wa ba ba ba.